How you all doing? Adventure for the Atari video computer system is an awesome game and it's one of my favourites. And I just got this today, and fucking awesome. This is the box art for the game Adventure, and I think it's awesome. And the game itself is awesome, brilliant, I believe now. Adventure started the whole role playing game genre off. Before Adventure, there was nothing else like it. A top down view, same as Zelda, except you're just a square. But the concept behind Adventure is the same as Zelda or any RPG game. You have to get keys to get into the castle. You have to get weapons to kill the dragon, and you have to bring the golden chalice back to the castle. That's what it's all about. And there's different coloured castles and you have to get the right keys. It's very basic, but the concept of it is an RPG game. And if it wasn't for Adventure, I doubt there would be any Zelda or any RPG style game. Now, Adventure is an awesome game, very, very basic. It's like a top-down view, like I said. It's like a maze, sort of. And there's keys spread throughout this sort of maze, and you have to get them. But there's dragons out to kill you, and you have to get now in the game it looks like an arrow, but it's actually a spear or weapon. And there's dark areas, and you have to use a candle to see where you're going, which makes things even trickier. But there's this thing called a bat, and sometimes it arrives on screen. And it takes what you're carrying away just to piss you off, and you have to go find it. And there's a bridge that you have to use to get across areas that you can't get across normally. So at first it was confusing playing Adventure. Because it was so crude and basic compared to Zelda or any other RPG game that I've ever played. But it's still challenging. And it's still, it takes some time to figure out how to get the keys and how to get the chalice. But game 1 is the easiest, just to get you into it. But game 2 and game 3, see the way there's 3 games. The first game is pretty easy, just to get you into the controls and basically how the game works. Game 2 and game 3 increases the difficulty, and the bat takes away your stuff, which can be annoying. But the things that make RPG games annoying are in Adventure as well, So yeah, me personally, Adventure is an awesome game, and I always loved the box art, and I always wanted it on a t-shirt, and now I have it, So brilliant stuff, and great stuff. We're gonna get more. I didn't realise that Atari made shorts that of the box art, so I'm gonna try and track down more because I love Atari, And Adventure is a great game in my opinion, If you like RPG games, and if you want to play the very first one, because I believe it is the first. I don't remember anything else before, because this came out in 1979, I believe. So yep. Awesome stuff. Adventure, So great stuff. If you're into shorts or anything like that, like a video game short, you can't go wrong, Oh yeah, awesome stuff. Right, I'm gonna make another now the Atari VCS, right, which stands for the Atari Video Computer System. We cannot wait to get mine. I can't. July 2019. I can't wait to get it. I can't wait to start using it, because I'm really excited about it. I really am, because, Atari have been out of business for over 20 years, since 1996. That's when the Jaguar was discontinued, or even earlier than that, And I've been waiting all these years for Atari to come back. Okay, throughout the years they've made games for other systems. Like they made Driver, the franchise Driver, for the PlayStation, and I think it came out on the PlayStation 2 as well. Because I remember a Driver 2, and a Driver 3. And that's basically like a Grand Theft Auto, but it's just not as good. The game itself is pretty good. I actually like the Driver franchise, but it's nothing epic, because it was trying to go up against Grand Theft Auto, and I just couldn't hold a candle to it, because the whole concept of Driver is you're a cop inside a car, so there's not as much to do. Like in Grand Theft Auto, you can pretty much do anything you want, but in Driver, you're pretty much in the car, and it's a scripted sort of story, So, yeah, it's not completely open world as Grand Theft Auto is. But it's still a good game, and I'd really recommend it. Atari made that, which was good, but Atari also made a lot of mobile games and Roller Coaster Tycoon. I didn't really care about them that much, like Roller Coaster Tycoon. You build around roller coasters and stuff. Now, some people might like that sort of building games, but I was never into them, But then they did a lot of they did the Atari Flashback series, but that games really made the series, made them consoles, plug and play systems. They just got the rights from Atari to use their games and pay Atari a royalty. So yeah, I mean, we enjoy them for what they are, but the Atari VCS is Atari's first true console since the Atari Jaguar, and it's been built in Sunnyvale, California, just like the original Atari 2600 VCS video computer system, and I'm really looking forward to this. Now, now, if you've seen my previous Atari VCS videos, maybe you haven't, but if you have, you'll know how I feel about the Atari VCS. And the fact that I don't think it's going to be a scam. I don't think it's going to be a failure. You know what I mean? Now, I don't know if I'm in the minority or majority. All I know is how I feel about it, and I haven't seen anything that has convinced me that this is a scam. You know what I mean? Okay, Atari have lied about Tempest 4000 as a modern game test, which it wasn't. They lied about that. It's really the PC version that they were running through an emulator called Wine. Now, this is what people are saying, Now, the fact that the Atari VCS can emulate stuff is good, in my opinion. You know what I mean? And the version of Tempest 4000 in the Atari video looked awesome. It didn't look like a bad emulation of the game. Okay, when emulating games, there's a possibility that the version is going to be bad, because it's not. But sometimes emulating a game can turn out to be great, But with Tempest 4000, I saw was fucking amazing. I can't wait to get it. And if it's emulated, great. I don't mind. You know what I mean? Now people were giving out that it wasn't actually running on the hardware. And maybe it doesn't have to. Maybe Atari choose this way because it's better or easier. I don't know. All I know is that it looks awesome, Tempest 4000, and I can't wait to get it. Now, I typed in Atari VCS Tempest 4000, and okay, it come hardcore gamer. This guy, he's on my side of things. He believes that this thing, a Tempest 4000, is coming out on the Atari VCS. And the naysayers are saying it's not coming out at all. It's only coming out on the PS4, Xbox One, and PC. But nearly everyone agrees that this game is being emulated on the Atari VCS using this one thing, And I've seen it on the screen in the Atari video, your man sitting there down playing it, and to me it looks awesome. So if this game has been emulated, we've got no problem with that. You know what I mean? And if most of the games have come out for the Atari VCS are emulated games, once they're good, I don't mind, because, I mean, the main reason why I want to get the Atari VCS is the ability to emulate games, because we can do it on my tablet, we can do it on my phone, I can't do it on my 4K television because the Xbox One and other consoles won't allow me to do that. So the Atari VCS will allow me to do that. That's a benefit for me because we have an Xbox One, a PS4, PlayStation VR, you know what I mean? If we want to play modern games, we can play them on that. The Atari VCS is going to give me more options and things that I can't do in them systems. You know what I mean? Because we can't afford a PC and I don't have the room for it. You know what I mean? So the Atari VCS is small and it's going to be an open Linux PC. In addition to having over 100 Atari 2600 games are in their arcade form on the Atari Vault. The main reason is the Atari games, obviously, but all that other stuff is a bonus. You know what I'm saying to you? So that's why I'm looking forward to it. Now, we've looked at the specs of the Atari VCS. Now, I'm not an engineer or anything like that, but a friend of mine is, and I asked him, now, be honest with me, don't tell me what I want to hear, you know what I mean? Just tell me up front, because what do you think of the specs of the Atari VCS, and what kind of games do you think it's going to be able to run? But these things, based on the specs that are showing them that I got off the internet, this thing is going to be on par with an Xbox One. The original Xbox One, not the Xbox One S or the Xbox One X, the original Xbox One. But then again, it all depends on the games that Atari releases for. But it's going to be on par with the Xbox, with the original Xbox One. Now, to me, that's awesome because I didn't expect it to be nearly as powerful as that. You know what I mean? But the thing is, it doesn't need to be. I mean, if this thing is the same power as the Switch or something even or a little bit better, that's good enough for me because it's going to be able to do stuff anyway. Okay, it won't be able to do stuff that a top tier PC can do. My friend told me that this thing won't be able to do stuff like that, but it'd be good enough to run emulators like Mega Drive, Super Nintendo, N64, and prior to it. It could 7,800 games, 5,200 games. If it is an open Linux PC, like Atari says it is, then there's going to be no problem, which he said it was. Because the Tempest 4000 game is an example of it running an emulated game. Because that's what everyone says it is doing. You know what I mean? Now, Atari haven't come forward and said if it is an emulated game or if it's just original. All they've said is this game is for illustration purposes only and it will be coming out on the Atari VCS. Now, Tempest 4000 on Wikipedia, it's coming out on the Atari VCS spring 2019. So that's what the information we've got. And I'm going by that. Until I see otherwise, you know what I mean? I'm going to support it. And I know this is going to be awesome. Now, I don't know what it was like back in the 70s before the Atari 2600 came out. You know what I mean? Because all I know is that like a cousin of mine grew up in the 70s and video games were just a fad. They weren't like they are now and no one cared about it. So, like Atari had to really get people's attention, you know what I mean? Now, and they did, you know what I mean? Okay, now, people could say today that these fellas that are running Atari now don't have to try as hard as the original Atari team did. I don't know, you know what I mean? I wasn't around in the 70s, but my cousin was, and he said that there was ads all over the place. Atari had to let people know. Now, today things are different with internet and digital downloads. There's no posters on buses or anything like that. Because back in the day, my cousin said there's posters on buses and restaurants and papers. Because no such thing as the internet or television was just starting off in Ireland, so yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. That's my opinion, and I'm going to continue making videos about the Atari VCS, and I'm going to continue supporting it until now. We'll keep checking the Indiegogo page every day just to see what's happening, and to check and see that my order is still placed and it's still being delivered next July 2019. Right now, the the backers have gone up to 10,000 something, and nearly $3 million have been raised. So more and more people are backing this thing. So if all that stuff was true about faking and lying and stuff like that, then everyone would want a refund. Now this stuff about Tempest 4000 came out a few days ago, but last Thursday or something. So the backers have increased, the money has gone up, has raised. So I don't think it is a faker scam based on everyone's assumption. No, I'm still gonna have faith in the thing, just like me, because the people that are backing this thing, like I said, are people like me in their 40s that grew up with Atari and love it. They're the people that are backing it. Most of the people I've seen that are being negative are kids, and they weren't around that time, and they don't necessarily know what it was like or love Atari the way we do. That's what I'm noticing. So these people are showing a blatant disrespect, even though they say they love Atari. These people are younger than me. They have a whole room full of Atari stuff. Yeah, they're saying it's... Now, I know it's not the same Atari. It's not the same group of people running Atari. So, and like back in the 70s, but even they did shady shit. Like I said, stuff goes on. People still support them regardless, just like EA or any other shady company out there. I know we shouldn't give these people a second or third chance, but we do. That's human nature. In everything, in every walk of life, Now that's my opinion. If you disagree with that, fine. But that's what I believe. That's human nature. We give everyone a second, third, or fourth chance, even though we don't necessarily want to do it. Because what else are we gonna do? Because we noticed that the negative things get a lot more attention and a lot more things said than positive things. But am I right? Am I wrong? I don't know. But we've just noticed that over the years. But we wait and see what happens. This thing, the Atari VCS is still up in the air, but the information I've been given on the internet and from other people, worldwide 2019, that's when it's coming out. But we'll have mine in July 2019, according to my receipt, my guarantee from Indiegogo. Now, it's still a gamble. It might go wrong in the post, like I said. I've said all this in previous videos, but I'm going to keep saying it until we see with my own eyes that this thing is a big, smouldering pile of shite that doesn't do anything but stink badly. Now, if that happens, look, I said in my previous video, I'll burn my Atari VCS. That's if I get it. I'll boycott Atari. I'll burn this shirt if that happens. But I don't think that will happen. I've 40 years, up into thick and thin with Atari, and I've stuck by them because of the years at a time they've given me. They haven't directly ripped me off or really pissed me off to such a degree that that might happen with the VCS, and those I'll boycott them. I'll say to all the fellas out there on YouTube that were saying no, it's a scam. These people are scam artists. We'll say you were right, I was wrong, and we'll stick by them naysayers all the time. We'll wait and see what happens. Okay. I wish I was born back in the 70s, so I could have experienced the start of Atari, but I wasn't born until 79. But I was still around in their heyday, because Atari didn't. The original Atari group of people didn't finish till 1983 or 84. And then the new batch of people took over. I'm not exactly sure of the timeline of personnel, but Nolan Bushnell, Ted Dabney, and Alan Alcorn, right? They were the original ones. They're the ones that started Atari in 1972. Then they hired on a whole bunch of engineers and designers till 1982-83. And then Nolan Bushnell sold Atari to Warner Communications. Now after that, I don't know exactly who came on board and who left, but the company kept going anyway. So companies change personnel all the bleeding time. Like we work in Debenhams and we've seen that happen. We've been working in Debenhams for like nearly 20 years, and I've seen managers come and go, personnel change all the time, because they want to move on, they want to do something else, whatever. So that's all I want to say. Now the joystick, right? The new Atari VCS joystick, I think it looks awesome. It has LED lights and all, and like if you push up on the joystick, the LEDs light up, and the intensity, right? If you push really hard, right, it'll light up even more, like, you know what I mean? And if you press the button, it goes like that. So I think it's awesome. Now the model controller looks like an Xbox One controller, and I think it looks good as well, like, So like I have no issue with the way it looks and what it can potentially do, because this thing could turn out to be a total pile of shit, but I don't think so. So yeah, I'm going to end the video and I'll talk to you all later. So if you want to subscribe or leave comments, go right ahead. But we'll keep making Atari VCS videos supporting it until we see otherwise. If we see it's a pile of shit, we'll boycott them, like I said. I'll burn their shit, and that's it. So I don't know. The world of video games. Well, there wouldn't be any world of video games if it wasn't for Atari. Now, if you agree or disagree with that statement, but that's what we believe is true. Now, Ralph Baer with the Magnavox Odyssey, I think he was the first one, 72. Then the Fair Channel F or something, I forget the name of it. Then in Atari in 1976, 1977. But the Atari 2600 was the one that got it popular, that got people interested in video games, that made it into an industry that we know today. Home consoles, arcades, But Ralph Baer with the Magnavox Odyssey, he was a genius in his own way. In his own way, this guy makes robots, makes everything. He's a marvel, Just like Ted Dabney, like Nolan Bushnell, Alan Lankard, all these people are just geniuses. They really are, And credit should be given to them, man, for making the video game industry. But it was the Atari 2600 that really kicked it off and showed everybody that it's awesome. The games, the experiences you can have, the entertainment, awesome. So anyway, I'm really looking forward to the Atari VCS, July 2019, a year to go. This is only June, a long way to go. But I just hope to God it's not a scam. I hope I hope this thing comes out. We can accept a lot of shit. We have bad systems, and good consoles as well. I have the Panasonic 3DO, which is a bad system, but I play it from time to time because there are a few unique games on it. Like the Atari Jaguar is a failure, but it has a few good games on it. The Sega Saturn is a failure, but it has great games on it. I don't mind if the system's a failure, because I know there's going to be something on it that I'm going to play on it. Even bad systems, like I said, that's my opinion. People are probably out there thinking, this guy likes playing with shit. Well, whatever, yeah, that's what it sounds like. Why does guy like playing with shit? Fuck. What I mean? Ooh, that smells, whatever. Yeah, I can see the humour in that, but that's my opinion. There's some good games and bad systems. Now, everyone has I'd say everyone out there has bad consoles in their collection, or someone does. So they know, I don't know. Like, that's just my opinion, like, we've got a lot of friends that don't understand why I hold on to all my old games and all my old consoles. To say, John, Jesus, you should open a shop if you got that many games, but I don't want to sell it. You know what I mean? Because we could always go back and play it. You know. You know what I mean? Because I do. We'll play all my old stuff. You know what I mean? The memories, I had them with me. They're not, you know what I mean? So yeah, I'm gonna end this video, and I'll make another video soon. I don't know about what, but you know, I'm excited about the Atari VCS. I've got a year to wait. It ain't gonna happen. I hope nothing bad else happens. Now, if it turns out to be just an emulation box that does emulators, we'll be happy with that. Because there's hundreds of games out there that I'd love to be able to play on my 4K television, same way as I can on my tablet or my smartphone. You know, and plus, like in the past, because I never had a PC, we got an Atari Flashback Portable, right? And it has a slot for an SD card, right? Now this guy put like over 600 Atari 2600 games on his SD card, and we can play it on my Atari Flashback Portable. And the great thing about it is it has an AV lead that goes into the back of the telly, but it's only composite, you know. But it's better than nothing. But what I like is the ability to do that for myself rather than paying someone to do it for me, you know, like on eBay, you know. Because it has an SD card slot at the back of it, so I'm hoping that I'm able to do that for myself if I want it. We can take that SD card and put even more games onto it and play it on my Atari Flashback Portable, because that's one of the first things I'm gonna try out. You know what I mean? Because the SD card slot may be only for storage, like, you know, you can only save stuff onto it. It might not let you download that from the internet onto the SD card, but why not? It's a Linux PC and they say it's open. You say that you can download your own software and, you know, from other platforms. So we'll wait and see. But Atari can't come right out and say, yeah, you can emulate games from other systems, but they said that you can play games from other systems, other platforms. So that's what that means, you know. Open Linux sandbox. You get people can make games for this, you know. So I'm gonna end the video. I'm just really excited about the possibilities with the Atari VCS. Well, for me anyway. Like people that have a PC or high-end PC, like, okay, it's sort of pointless for them to get an Atari VCS, you know. So it wouldn't interest them, I don't think. But for someone like me that never had a PC of any sort, yeah, I mean, the possibilities, you know. I can use whatever, with the Atari VCS, I can use my Xbox controller on it if I want to. Mouse, keyboard, awesome. You know, the only thing is it going to be underpowered? You know, I don't think so, because the cars I'm fan, this is going to be on par with the Xbox One, the original Xbox One. That'd be good enough for me, like, you know, no problem, you know. If we could play Grand Theft Auto 5 or 4 in this, that'd be awesome. I doubt it, you know, because it's only got, now here's the thing, it's only got 32 gigabytes of onboard storage, flash memory. Now that's the same as the Wii U, and that was a terrible decision. And the fucking Nintendo Switch only has 32 gigabytes of storage. But you can, but with the VCS, you can plug in external hard drive, so they say. So yeah, we have to wait and see what happens. But I'm really excited about this. I really am. I can't wait. I think the Atari VCS looks cool. I'm getting the collector's edition with the wood panel. I think I've said this already, but I'm going to say it again because it looks like, you know. So yeah, that's it. I'm going to end the video on. Thanks very much. If you just want to subscribe or anything or whatever, thanks very much. If you have any suggestions, if they're negative, whatever, you say, shut the hell up. No, you're doing bastard. Right, so Adventure is awesome, like I said, in my opinion. If you like RPG games, if you want to play one of the first ones, if not the first one, I'll have to do my research on that, but I believe it is the first one. You know, just like basketball and Pong and, you know, so anyway, well, I'll talk to you all later, and thanks for watching. Bye bye.